Well, it's the highest ranked team in this competition that's getting ready for a clash with the Asian giants. It's England against Korea. This is the FIH Hockey World Cup 2026 qualifiers in Hyderabad, Telangana. And a big warm welcome to all of you. This is match number 2 today. This is day 2 of the competition. We've just seen Italy beating Austria 3-0, and that's made a change to the points table, wherein Italy now they're on third spot in Pool A. Also, you've got to consider the fact that their goal difference has been erased. Yesterday they lost 5-2 to England, but thanks to that 3-0 victory, the goal difference is 0. There are the Koreans, a team in transition, numerous youngsters just trying to find the past glory. As we discussed yesterday, may not be the easiest of journeys for this unit. They've only got 2 players who've played over 100 times for the country. And the rest of them are youngsters coming through the ranks. On the other side, you can say that England also in transition, but they have a very different setup. It's a mixture of youth and experience. Well, my colleague Siddharth Pandey is waiting down there with the 2 captains, and the toss is all set ahead of this encounter.
We're all set with the toss here for match number 2. Our match officials are Michael Dutrieu and Hema Calderon. Michael, I request you to flip the coin, please, and it will be Lee Yuri of Korea who will call.
Choose yellow or white?
Yellow.
Yellow? Yellow it is. You can choose. Same side, you say the same? You have the ball. Okay?
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Lee Yuri chooses the side, and Flora Peel of England will start. Good luck to both teams, and that's all that we have for you from the toss.
So there's a change in a sense that Laura Peel has walked out as captain for England. It was Lily Walker who shouldered the responsibility yesterday. But a special day for Grace Balsdon. She's leading the charts alongside Federica Kata in terms of the hero top scorers. But also remember, this is going to be Grace Balsdon's 100th appearance for England. Apart from those 100 appearances, she also has got 69 appearances for Great Britain. Now, what's happened between these 2 teams in the last few matches? If you have a look at this, then England have won thrice and Korea have registered a solitary victory. We had a word with the head coach of Korea. Let's have a listen in to what Kim Yong-soo has to say.
Kim, mic up. Yeah.
You all right?
I have with me Chief Coach of the Korean Women's National Hockey Team, Kim Yong-soo. Kim, thank you for joining us. Congratulations on your first win today.
Thank you.
Impressive England. That's who you're up against. How do you plan to stop them?
So England is very hard and strong team, but we will focus on our performance. So all the best, both team. Okay. Thank
We
you.
wish you all the best as well, Kim.
Yeah,
Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, you will see some semblance of English support, of course, in the stands. And we've got Michael Dutroux of Belgium and Gemma Calderon of Spain walking out to the middle. Umpire Pauline will be handling the duties in front of the television. So the English supporters wearing the red. So today, leading England is Flora Peel. She's on the left, leading her side, and Lee Yuri brings Korea out to the middle. Today, they have donned the white jersey. England in the red. Started off with a 5-2 win against Italy yesterday. And being the highest-ranked team in the competition, there is an air of expectation around them. Of course, they're expected to go through, but we know that on the day any team can win. Let's
Jersey
listen
number
into the
28,
player
Captain
introduction.
Flora Peel. 2, Darcy Bourne. 3, Becky Manton. 4, Lily Walker. 6, Anna Dorman. 10, Amy Thompson. 11, Holly Hunt. 13, Elena Rea. 18, Katie Curtis. 21, Fiona Crackles. 22, Elizabeth Neal. 23, Sophie Hamilton. 25, Sabi Hish. 26, Lily Osley. 30, Martha Taylor. 31, Grace Balsden. 40, Miriam Pritchard. 44, Lottie Bingham. And introducing the team, Korea. Jersey number 7, Captain Yuri Lee. 1, Seon Lee. 2, Juyun Lee. 4, Sobhantrana Hong. 5, Jungju Kim. 6, Eugene Lee. 8, Siona Kim. 9, Seonge Park. 11, Heijin Cho. 12, Jun Choi. 13, Seunghwa Moon. 15, Sarah Choi. 16, Jiwon Kim. 17, Suyeon Jin. 18, Youngyeon Park. 19, Minji Kim. 22, Minyang Jae. 23, Gohan Lee. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome
Gracing us with their presence for this match are Srimati G. Srijana, IAS Commissioner, Cyber Municipal Corporation. We also have Mr. Suresh Chukapalli, Honorary Consul General of the Republic of Korea in Hyderabad. We have Gareth Wine-Owen, UK High Commissioner, Hyderabad. Mr. S.V. Sunil Kumar, member of the Hockey India Executive Board and President of Kerala Hockey. Mr. Feroz Ansari, member Hockey India Executive Board, President Chhattisgarh Hockey. Mr. Tapan Das, President of Assam Hockey and member of Hockey India Executive Board. Alongside Mr. Konda Vijay Kumar, President of Telangana Hockey, and they have been accompanied by Commander R.K. Srivastav, the Director General of Hockey India.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we have an athlete milestone. Jersey number 31, Grace Balsam from England, is playing her 100th international match today. Big congratulations to you.
So there's an announcement for Grace Balsden as
Ladies
she
and gentlemen,
completes 100
if
caps
able,
today for England.
please stand for the national anthem
We are
of
now set
England.
for the national anthems of England and Korea.
And please remain standing for the national anthem of Korea.
England and Korea started off with wins yesterday. A victory today will really be an encouraging sign as they want to move forward into the next round in an attempt to seal their passage through to the FIH Hockey World Cup 2026, which will be held in August later this year. First up, let's have a look at the Korean lineup. It's Soyeon in goal. It's a 4-3-3 formation. And the four defenders led by Lee Yuri, the player of the match yesterday, are Ju Soyeon, Minji and Jungju. We've got the three midfielders, Jiyoon, Yujin, and Juyeon. And up front, Haejin, she's really got to shoulder the responsibility alongside Songhae and Siona. Haejin is an important player as she's the most capped player in this Korean lineup. Solbert Nera, Senghwa, Sara, Jiwon, Yonggun, Mingyong and Guyan are the players on the bench, and you can see that there isn't much experience there on the bench. They are backing some of their more experienced players with the starting lineup, something that we saw yesterday as well. Well, it's going to be Pritchard in goal right now. Miriam Pritchard taking the responsibility over from Sabi Heish, and the back line includes Curtis, Walker, Tommen and Thompson. Anna Tommen in particular with 87 caps. She's really got to move forward and show more responsibility, as does Flora Peel as captain alongside, of course, Sophie Hamilton and Crackles. The three players up front, the up-and-coming Lottie Bingham alongside Darcy Vaughan and Rhea. Vaughan and Bingham are, of course, exciting young players, and it bodes well for England moving forward. Sabi Heish is on the bench today. It's going to be Manton, Hunt, Neil, Osley, Taylor and Balsden alongside her. So Balsden's and Osley, we'll see her later in the match, of course. Kim Yong-soo is the head coach of the Korean lineup. There he is on your screen. The countdown will now begin to this match.
9, 8, 7, 6.
England are away with the pushback in their red, attacking from left to right and attacking from right to left are Korea wearing the white jersey. My name is Nishat Paivaidya and welcome to this English commentary stream of this FIH World Cup qualifiers match in Hyderabad. Korea coming off a 1-0 victory over Austria. Try to get that into the circle. They've still got the ball. Will they make inroads in? Stopped very well. There's the captain Lee Hyuri. The player of the match yesterday, led the team from the front in what was a hard-fought win over Austria. As we settle in here in the commentary box, it gives me great pleasure to welcome my co-commentator, Siddharth Pandey. A big warm welcome. And yes, it's a little hot out there, but what are your expectations from this match?
Thanks, Nishad. Great to be here. Expectations are that England will look to put pressure on Korea early on, just like this. Darcy Vaughan looking for a circle entry, looking to combine. And Korea are going to have a sterner test to face than what they did yesterday. A really good move down the right-hand side. And this is what Darcy Vaughan is all about. Penetration at speed. One other thing that England have done, which I'm sure you've noticed along with all our viewers, Nishad, is they've changed their captain from the first match to the next. It was Lily Walker who was the captain in the first game. It's Flora Peel today. So it looks like more of a leadership group that is being inculcated by the English. And that is where he usually is, over the tower. But here in Hyderabad, he is taken up position in this grandstand, David Ralph. Anywhere but the bench.
It's interesting that you speak about a leadership group from England, and it's a team that's very much in transition in the sense that they've got a senior group, they've got youngsters. Like, look at the starting lineup today. You've got Lottie Bingham and Darcy Vaughan attacking up front. So there are two youngsters with that shouldering that responsibility. England now just trying to get into the Korean half. Into the circle. What are her options? Passed across. Still have the ball. Goes for it. Misses.
That's a big chance. That really is. It's Lottie Bingham. We know the kind of danger that she can come up with, and did ever so well to create that opportunity. And in the end, Nishad just rushed it a little bit. David Ralph have had the opportunity to speak to him, interview him on a number of occasions, and yeah, you know, his big influence is football, actually. It's a penalty corner. It's the first one of the match. We will come back to that topic and the influences on David Ralph, because England have just got the first penalty corner of the match, and that is why it was rash by Kim Jung-joo.
Well, an early opportunity for England. Remember, they scored 5 goals yesterday, Siddharth. And out of those 5, 4 were off penalty corners. There was only one, which was a field goal by Lottie Bingham. They've got Balsden playing a 100th match for England alongside Darcy Bourne in the 2 batteries or castles, whatever terminology you would like.
Had a very strong performance yesterday, Grace Balsden. And I won't be surprised if they go to her the very first penalty corner today itself. Darcy Bourne, it's on target. But Korea have done well to thwart that attack. Let's have a look at that. Gone to Darcy Bourne. There was a bunt, as we call it. And not a dead stop. Took the flick on the bunt, Darcy Bourne. But strong on the line by Korea. Well done to them.
Yes, very well done by Korea. And also talking about the whole group, how important was the Italian victory today, in the sense that they beat Austria 3-0, erased their goal difference as well. Sort of puts a little bit of pressure maybe on the other teams. It was blocked very well by the goalkeeper So-yeon, and then backed up by her defenders as well. Miscued, given away. England trying to march forward. The captain for the day, Flora Peel, passes it across. Korea just committing those mistakes in terms of the fouls just outside the circle. Have already conceded a penalty corner once due to that.
You know, one other thing, Nishad, is I'm sure the Korean coaching staff would have seen the tapes from yesterday, how England played, and especially the problems that Italy had with Lily Owsley attacking them down the right. Today, they would like to contain her better. She was extremely dangerous for England down their right yesterday. Created so much in attack, Lily Owsley. We know the kind of danger that she possesses. Here she is trying to win the ball back. Owsley unable to do so. This is good work by Korea, playing it out of defense, and now they can craft an attack of their own.
Yes, crafting the attack. Korea get into the circle, goes for the backhander. Korea still have the ball in a dangerous position.
Let's have a look at that again. Park it was who traveled with the ball and fed it to Lee Ga-yeon. Just couldn't find another teammate, Lee Ga-yeon, but it's actually been a solid start by Korea in defense. They've not made a lot of errors apart from giving away that penalty corner with that rash tackle that came. But yeah, he would be satisfied, if not pleased, by how they have absorbed the pressure. Kim Yong-soo. Lee Yuri, such an important player. She can't be taking this long though. Needs to get going. And that is a ploy that you will see often, Nishad. Korea taking their time on every free hit just to slow things down, because England, I'm sure, would like to play this at a higher tempo. That's a rare error by Owsley. You don't see her making basic mistakes. Couldn't trap that cleanly.
And Lily Owsley, the most experienced player in this England unit. It's a good long pass, not able to stop and control that as well as she would have liked Martha Taylor. Korea keeping the ball for now. So just to come up on the previous point as to what the Italian victory means to this group, in a sense that Italy could possibly think that, you've got to dream big of course, but could possibly think that they could have a good chance maybe against Korea when they face up next, because they got the better of Austria 3-0, a team that really held Korea back yesterday 1-0. Of course, on a day things can change, but Italy must back themselves.
They were impressive today. There is no other way to put it, especially the threat that they possess from penalty corners is significant. So it won't be easy for Korea. Of course, you do want to plan ahead, but I'm sure for Korea, this is the important one. They can get anything out of this game if they can avoid a loss against England. That will just set the cat amongst the pigeons in this pool.
An aerial ball stopped well by Neil. Elizabeth Neil was one of the goal scorers yesterday. It was via a penalty corner. She was the injector, and then the deflection had gone close to her and she had an open goal for herself. Attacking from the left, England goes for the hit close to the goal. This could be an opportunity, a scramble in front of the goalkeeper.
You know what, Lottie Bingham actually had a moment where if she had controlled that ball, she would have had an open goal. Just keep your eyes on number 44, Lottie Bingham. The ball comes to her, turns, and just on this spin, she is not able to control that finish. But Lily Owsley and Lottie Bingham found themselves in a very dangerous position. Just could not get the finishing touch.
Aerial ball, England have a free hit just outside the circle. And as we were discussing yesterday, both these teams really in transition, but they are very different transitions. Into the circle, close to the goalkeeper, Soyoung kicks it away, hasn't been cleared. It's still in the circle, penalty corner.
It's all England at the moment. It's attack after attack. It is quite relentless by them. Quick thinking, quick move. And while Lee So-yeon got the first one away, this is such good work by England to win it back. And yeah, Sophie Hamilton doing what she does best, stopping an attack and winning a penalty corner.
So it's Lily Walker and Grace Balsden. Balsden coming off a good performance yesterday with those two goals.
Needs a good injection and a good halt. They've gone to Grace Balsden. It is a flick and confident save by Lee So-yeon. No real hard effort needed there by Lee So-yeon, but England have their tails up at the moment.
Once again, it is Lottie Bingham who has taken the ball forward there. Lottie Bingham getting that field goal. But let's have a look at that penalty corner. Lee So-yeon, it was low, but she saved it very well.
Yeah, it was not angular. I think that was a big problem with that drag flick. It was straight at Lee So-yeon. The pressure is pretty much relentless on Korea. Fiona Crackles starts it, finds Lily Walker, who spreads it. This is good work by England again.
Yes, England have applied that sustained pressure, and it has resulted in a couple of penalty corners, of course. not been able to convert it as yet. Now, as we were discussing earlier, talking about the transitions, and they're very different transitions, isn't it? Because Korea do not play as much international hockey as, say, an England or a Great Britain. So when you look at the experience, the kind of matches that the two teams have played, it's like two Korean players have played over 100 matches, one other player with 50, and none of the others have played over 50. Whereas you look at the English lineup, which has vastly experienced players like Lily Owsley with 264 matches with her, and you've also got Anna Tomin with 169, Grace Balsden with 168, the others about in the 50s, but yet it's a combination of youth and experience. So different transitions for the two teams.
It absolutely is. As far as England is concerned, it's also impressive. The players coming through, such as Lottie Bingham. The ecosystem is also, of course, completely different in Europe, where the English players are based, offers far more experience. But this is good by Korea. Who won a free hit in a good position, and immediately Lee Eugene has stepped up to take it. She's left it for the captain, Lee Yu-ri. Should have done better. England just crowded out that center and did not allow the ball to go through.
Yes, Lee Yu-ri just was trying to fire that into the circle. When you talk about the youngsters of England, the other youngster who comes to mind is Darcy Bourne as well, coming off an injury, trying to make her way back. Also touted as one of those players to watch out for, alongside her compatriot, of course, Lottie Bingham.
Such a talented player, Darcy Bourne. And so is Lottie Bingham, of course. All of 21. So much hockey ahead of her. Gone out of play. And Amy Thompson will start for England. She's left it for the impressive Sophie Hamilton. Looks to play it down the line to find Lottie Bingham, unable to do so.
Yes, Sophie Hamilton, as expected, the powerhouse of the midfield. Interesting to see that yesterday in those hot conditions, she was on the field for a fair bit of time.
Absolutely no surprises there, Nisha. The amount of time that she would spend on the pitch is seriously impressive. That's Thompson, of course. But as far as Sophie Hamilton goes, despite being a midfielder, number of minutes she racks up is it's incredible, quite honestly. Keeps that midfield together for England, Sophie Hamilton. So much experience and such an important player.
Yes, and also when you look at her record, it's 103 matches before this one, 57 for England and 46 for Great Britain. In this English lineup, actually, that they have fielded today, it's only 5 players who are yet to play for Great Britain. Otherwise, everyone else has at least one cap for Great Britain. The first quarter is done, and it was England who held the aces in terms of applying that pressure on Korea, but they are yet to find the first goal. As the first quarter ends, it's England 0 and Korea 0. Both teams came into this encounter having registered wins in their first match. England, of course, more convincing with that 5-2 win over Italy. Korea were tested 1-0 by Austria. And up front, it was England who really were taking the initiative and control.
Spot on with your assessment. In fact, credit to Korea that they have maintained that clean sheet. They've had to defend deep, and they've had to defend deep for a lot of that first quarter. Fiona Crackles it was with that penalty corner, then Darcy Bourne with her drag flick. Korea going ahead have not created a lot. This is one of the few times that they got a circle entry. Absolutely no problems for the English defense there. Seen some good attacking hockey by England. Sophie Hamilton manufactured that penalty corner, and with her attempt was Grace Balston straight at the goalkeeper Lee Seo-yeon.
And looking at the statistics, 50-50 in terms of the possessions, but circle entries, England lead with 6-1, and they've had 2 shots on target alongside 2 penalty corners which haven't been converted as yet. Looks like the assistant coach Jodie Paul having a bit of a word on the other side. A stern message. In these hot conditions, of course, the breaks are a little longer in between the quarters, and rightly so. So at the end of quarter 1, it's still goalless between Korea and England. Earlier today in Pool A, it was Italy beating Austria 3-0. A very impressive performance by coach Massimo's unit, and really led from the front there, someone like a Lola Bria. And of course, it was great to see their most experienced player, Federica Carta, also playing her part. So it was exciting to see the Italians do well, yes, today, and registering their first win in this competition. So just as a reminder for everyone, tomorrow, that is March 10th, it's a holiday, but on March 11th, we'll be back. It'll be England and Austria to start things off, and then Italy taking on Korea. Depending on the result of this match, we will know how important will those 2 games be. And later, we'll have Uruguay taking on Scotland, and at 7:30 p.m. IST on March 11th, we'll have India taking on Wales. As the players stride out, the message from coach Kim Yong-soo will be clear for Korea. Yesterday, it was a testing encounter against Austria, but today it's a bigger opposition, a bigger challenge as England start things off.
Struggling a little bit here, Korea, to contain England in midfield. Such talent and such class in their midfield, whether you talk about Sophie Hamilton, Fiona Crackles, or the captain today, Flora Peel. It's a difficult midfield to contend with, and I think that has been the big problem for Korea. Balls come in. Still alive for England. It's a stroke because it's a tackle from behind. Is there going to be a referral here? They're thinking about this, and there will be.
So what's your question?
No check. No check.
Stick check
Yeah.
or obstruction?
No check. Yeah.
Obstruction. Before, there was a stick check before?
Yeah.
Okay. I blow a stroke because I see a stick check from you. What's your question?
No, no. Only just something.
Okay, so no stick check. Okay. Pauline?
Yes.
Korea, team referral from Korea, they are saying no stick check. I blow a penalty stroke for intentional stick check in the D.
Okay, I will check for no stick check in the D. Thank you.
So it's Michael Dutrieu, who's the umpire that side, who has given the penalty stroke. Nothing here. That's not it either. It's now that a tackle comes in for which a penalty stroke has been given. There's definitely a backstick, and if it's a deliberate backstick, that will be a penalty stroke. Just have a look here.
The ball actually came in, and it was Becky Manton of England who had the ball with her, and there were a couple of Korean players around her. Just looking at the whole passage of play now.
And Nishad, I don't think it's the most confident referral by Korea, unfortunately for them. It's nothing wrong here. At best, a stick check, because of which a penalty corner could be given. So Sophie Hamilton with a miss hit, actually. Is that what Korea are appealing? Because after that, the backstick has come. There is no doubt about that. But the first one, I'm wondering if that could be pulled up for a miss hit in the circle. And if that is the question that Korea wanted to ask, is that not a foul? Because after that action, Nishad, there is no doubt about it. There is a backstick, and it's a penalty stroke. But let's just have a look here. Manton here. This has got to be a foul. Let's have a look.
Michael,
Yes.
there is no clear reason to change your decision. There is a stick check, so you stand with your stroke, and Korea lose their referral.
Korea then have lost their referral.
That's a penalty stroke for the team, England.
It is a backstick, and that is the on-field decision that we've gone with. The captain from yesterday, Lily Walker, has stepped up to take that penalty stroke against Lee Seo-yeon.
Yes, Lily Walker walking up to the spot. Son Yeon in front of her. Lily Walker cuts it into the goal, and England go 1-0 up. Having been awarded that penalty stroke, it's Lily Walker who walked up to the spot and has gotten England away.
She read it perfectly, actually, Lee Seo-yeon, but the accuracy and the angle on that stroke by Lily Walker was just spot on. It was perfection, which made it almost impossible for Lee Seo-yeon to reach that penalty stroke, and Lily Walker has put England ahead here against Korea.
Now with that goal already on the board, might expect a little bit more energy and intent from England. Sort of just brings you into that zone. That pass was intended into the circle, but deflected away by the Korean defense.
Keeping possession well here, England. The breakthrough is what they wanted, what they needed. They have that now, and they can structure their attacks better. They can take their time much better. It's exactly what they're doing. Not in a rush, Flora Peel.
Right to send that into the circle. Hunt was waiting. And Lily Walker walking out to the middle yet again in terms of a rolling substitute. Rolling substitutions has obviously added such a dynamic, and you think about an earlier era when you were allowed only 3 substitutes. Of course, that era used to be different. The surface also used to be different until the 80s. They're into the circle, a backhander. There was a player waiting for the possible deflection. England still have the ball, and Siddharth, they have been continuously threatening.
It has been relentless, truth be told, by England. Korea, for most parts, I have to say, have defended well. but the equation has changed completely with that opening goal by England. Now Korea need to have some attacking thrust of their own because they have a game to chase.
Yes, that's Cho Hae-jin who was trying to take the ball forward. She is the most experienced player in this Korean lineup. It's interesting, isn't it? With over 150 caps, she's the linchpin up front, and you've got Lee Yuri, who's also another player with 100 caps, who is the important part or an important cog of the defense.
Good chance coming up here for Korea. Need to play the ball in. They've been able to do that, but unfortunately it's caught her foot. It is Cho Hae-jin. This was the moment balls come in. It was a very good ball played in. There was an error in deep defense, but Cho Hae-jin just could not get that shot away. Possession in the Korean half for England. Familiar story. Another circle penetration. Korea need to be careful here. There were two English players who were perfectly placed. Flora Peel, our captain for today, spent a lot of her childhood in France, actually, which is where she learned how to ski. She's an expert skier as well. And it's very much part of the England team that won the gold medal at the last Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. Very impressive performance by them. Defeated Australia in the final. Raised dangerously.
Getting into the circle there, Sophie Hamilton. Just trying to get it past Kim. Raised a little bit. You spoke about Flora Peel being an excellent skier as well. But unfortunately, the only ice that she's going to find here is in the ice packs.
Yeah, very different surroundings to her childhood in France. There's no doubt about that. It's rather warm here in Hyderabad. Korea down the right, looking to craft an attack of their own. This is much better. Good initiative by the Koreans.
Very good initiative, but stopped in their tracks. And now, once again, on the charge, Becky Manton, the player who had earned the penalty stroke, goes solo. Oh, she's got numerous Korean players in front of her. Did well, Korea, getting the numbers back.
Lung-bursting run forward by Becky Manton. Korea, they were backtracking, the Koreans. Lily Walker on the ball. Anna Tommen. Such good play here. Very controlled by England. Fiona Crackles spreads it wide, comes back to Lily Walker.
Lily Walker, the goal scorer from today. That's good work into the circle. This could be a possible chance. The goalkeeper has come forward. That's gone out of play, out of bounds. It was Sophie Hamilton with the ball.
You could see what she was trying to do. Sophie Hamilton, once the ball came to her, waited for Lee Seo-yeon to go down and then just looked to lob that over her. Unfortunately, couldn't keep her lob on target, Sophie Hamilton. But quick thinking, what a chance this is for Korea. It's a 1v1 opportunity, and you just have to give credit to Miriam Pritchard, who is in goal for England. Absolutely sensational save on Kim Seo-na. But where was the English defense?
Well, and a wonderful pass directly to Kim Seo-na. Kim Seo-na was the one who got the goal yesterday. She was one-on-one with Miriam Pritchard. Look at that precision. In fact, one of the English defenders was not able to intercept it. Pritchard came forward, cut the angles, used a stick and deflected the ball away, denying Kim Seo-na the chance.
Sabi Heesh, it was in goal yesterday, who played all 4 quarters. And if that's the strategy, I think we're going to see Miriam Pritchard in goal for the entire game today. for England. But absolutely wonderful save by Miriam Pritchard. Saw Kim Siona all the way, did not commit until it was necessary, and then made the save. Circle entry for England, cleared by Korea for the moment.
Just spoke about the way England kept Sabby Heesh on the field yesterday throughout, and today it's Miriam Pritchard who has donned the goalkeeping armor. But also when you think about what other teams do, a lot of them also prefer to change goalkeepers every quarter, and some of them of course prefer to also maybe bring them along after maybe the match is done. So different strategies in terms of giving your goalkeepers game time as well. Even if you have a number 2 goalkeeper, you want them to get enough game time.
Korean assistant Hyun Wook Kang. It's still only 1 goal, and that is what will be bothering the English coaching staff, certainly. Hannah Tormund spreads it wide. This is good. Thompson. It's patient by England, but they need more penetration.
There's Amy Thompson. Didn't play yesterday. She's in the lineup today. Into the circle. It's still with England. A backhander that's off target. The eventual backhander coming off Elena Rhea.
Body position was not the best when she tried to play this ball in. Rhea just could not control that backhand. Rhea. Will be a Korean free hit. Mung Seung-hwa, and this is Korea again. They are off for another counter-attack. They need to control this. Not a lot of options to work with. Anna Toman is seeing her all the way through. It's a long corner only. But these counter-attacks are now coming at regular intervals for Korea.
And on both occasions, it's been Kim Siona who's taken the ball forward for Korea. Maybe exploiting a few gaps in the English defense.
Lee Yuri plays the ball in. Just when you thought Korea could have a circle entry, that's well cut out. Curtis can't keep it in play. Will have to defend. Korea coming back into this match stronger. Lee Yuri.
What do you make of those 2 runs by Kim Siona? Something that the English will have to ponder about?
Absolutely, one of them should have been the equalizer, honestly. He was 1v1 against Miriam Pritchard.
Absolutely should have scored there, as you mentioned, and Miriam Pritchard was the only one who denied her. At the appropriate juncture, we'll have a look at that again. But England now just holding on to the ball. Has their defense line been a little bit too ahead at times on those 2 occasions particularly?
I think that's on purpose. They want to press the Koreans as much as possible. Lily Owsley looking for penetration, but you can see how many Korean players they have on this left, and I think that is because they've read the danger from Lily Owsley. It's a very dangerous ball played across the face of goal. Luckily picked up by Choi Sora.
Yes, Crackles was really close to that one, and it could have been dangerous had they just got it a little bit off target. Lottie Bingham in a scramble trying to steal the ball. Given away. England steal the ball. Now looking for a chance to break into the circle. That was hit powerfully by Holly Hunt.
Not allowed to come in though by Korea. They've defended the perimeter of the circle rather well here, the Koreans. Flora Peel. Raised dangerously. Korea can breathe again. They had England sweating here. That was towards Kim Seona, received it perfectly and then found herself 1 versus 1 against Miriam Pritchard. And I have to say, just look at Miriam Pritchard's starting position. That was the key there. Much to the frustration of Kim Yong-soo. But full marks to Miriam Pritchard.
Oh, absolutely, especially temperamentally. Sometimes you can freeze in that situation, but Miriam Pritchard, full credit, she didn't freeze. She had her eye on the ball. And of course, it was frustrating for Kim Yong-soo. If only I could read lips. You know, he truly had a thing or two to say, as we saw on the sideline.
Just over a minute then to go in this first half. England have provided most of the attacking thrust, but they find themselves only 1 goal to the good. Here they are again. Multiple tackles coming in. Finally, Korea are looking to break.
Yes, looking to break and move ahead, Korea. Also, one of the things that David Ralph and Jodie Paul would be talking about in the England setup is the fact today their tally of goals in total in this competition is up to 6, 5 of set pieces and just 1 field goal. So if they can find that mojo on field, will of course be better moving forward in this competition.
Great interception by the captain again, Lee Yuri. And
that's the end of the first half.
First half
Now the
has
score is,
come to an
Korea
end.
0 and England
Only
1.
1 goal for England.
Hyderabad, namaskaram.
Yes, the lone goal coming off a penalty stroke. And that penalty stroke was awarded as Becky Manton was getting into position inside the circle. Lily Walker walked up to the spot and converted it. And that has ensured that England head into halftime 1-0 leading over Korea. It's halftime in the second match today between Korea and England leading 1-0 thanks to a penalty stroke conversion by Lily Walker. It was a half that was well and truly dominated by England largely, but Korea definitely had a couple of moments and they will live to rue that in case the result doesn't go in their favor. So let's have a look at what happened in the first half. Darcy Bourne with that move and England getting that initiative early. They were persistent with those attacks. This was another opportunity that was initially created by Elena Reyes. And you could just sense that Korea were getting better, but with England just applying that kind of pressure, getting those penalty corners, and this wasn't converted. It was a good save actually by Sonyeon.
Undoubtedly so. Korea did have opportunities. One of them was a big one. But they did create half chances such as these as well. So it's not like they were not potent in attack, but perhaps you can say they weren't potent enough. England, on the other hand, were always more likely of the two teams to get the opening goal, which is what they did. Attack after attack at one point of time. Sophie Hamilton creating this penalty corner. Unfortunately, came straight at Lee Seo-yeon.
Once again, Lottie Bingham showing that talent on field, and one of the defining moments in that first half. Just went for that almighty heave, missed it, but then a penalty stroke was awarded. Lily Walker walked up, a clinical finish, although the goalkeeper went the right way. As you mentioned earlier, it was in fact the precision that allowed Lily Walker to finally find that goal.
Yeah, it was close to perfect. If you want to put it right down, that is where you would want it. This is another half chance for Korea. Couldn't make the most of that. Cho Ye-jin. Sophie Hamilton. This was the big one though. The England defense was caught napping, and luckily for them, Miriam Pritchard was alert to the danger. He knows that's a big one.
And when we have a look at the statistics, 54% of the possession in favor of England, but when you talk about circle entries, it's 13-5, but one can say that Korea had the more compelling of those circle entries.
Genuinely big one, that circle entry by Korea, which fell to the goal scorer from yesterday. It was Kim Seona. This is how we are headed today. Italy have won their first game. We are at halftime in the second. Uruguay will take on Wales at 5:15 p.m. Local time. And we finish with the big one, Scotland versus India. That's a monster clash from Pool B.
Yes, and it will be interesting to see Scotland also getting the opportunity to play that evening game. They were very good yesterday during the afternoon match. But let's have a look at what Italy did today. They were truly impressive, and they had Austria under the pump right from the outset.
They were far superior, truth be told. Austria were simply not at the pace that was needed. Federica Carter with the opening goal. Michaela Streb, there's not a lot that she could have done with that, but this was... just look at this for a connection by Lola Brea. Absolutely perfect. Finds that and the second post, and this was Italy who kept coming.
Oh yes, they kept coming, they kept attacking. And this was a steal by Lola Brea. Just the way that she played today, it was impressive. Passed it across to De Paula, and De Paula playing a second match for her country, getting her first international goal at the senior level. So you could also see the youngsters really combined. Lola Brea, as we know, just a couple of months ago scored 14 goals in an indoor hockey tournament for her country. There was a change in the goalkeeper towards the end for Austria, and you could say that Lendl actually had done a lot better as a goalkeeper.
Yeah, good save coming in again. But Italy by then had finished off the game. Having a look at the top scorers list. Grace Bolston and Federica Carta, the two players who have more than a goal. Both have scored both their goals in penalty corners, but behind them are a host of players who've scored at least a goal.
Yes, and even when we've seen those higher scoring matches so far, if you actually have a look at even from yesterday, it's generally been multiple goal scorers. Like for example, India with the 4 goals yesterday, 4 different goal scorers. England 5 goals yesterday, but Basden got 2, but then there were 3 others who got goals as well. So it's a Monday, and I hope the children have gotten to bunk school really and come here. Any day is a good day to bunk school. Obviously, I'm joking. My mom's a teacher. She's not going to be happy when I say that.
That's always good when you're coming to watch some sport. Important, Korea do not give away big chances at the start of this second half. They keep it at 1-0 and are looking to play percentage hockey here. Korea absorb as much pressure as possible, and when the opportunity presents itself, take it. Kim Seona, so close for them.
Yes, and a change in the ends, of course, now. Korea now attacking from left to right. England attacking from right to left. What would be the message for the Korean team, especially from their coach? They know that they've had those opportunities. Sometimes maybe that regret can slow you down, but you've got to put it behind you and just focus on what's ahead.
They haven't done badly at all, honestly, Korea. But I think the big message for them would be that you have to be clinical in front of goal. When the opportunity presents itself, you cannot let it go.
Meanwhile, England just trying to make those early moves in this particular quarter. Pass forward on the right. Yesterday, in fact, England were very good from the right, thanks to Lily Owsley.
Indeed. Lily Owsley not starting this second half, but I'm sure we'll be seeing her soon. Integral part of the English team, Lily Owsley. Korea. Wasting no time here, but that's raised dangerously. Just a little rushed because the opportunity was there.
Koreans, of course, rebuilding. It's overall, actually, you know, when you look at the way Korean hockey is shaping up, it's actually a little bit of a testing period, even for the men. Even in the Junior World Cup, the junior men weren't able to put in a performance that was really expected from them. So when we had the Korean junior men here for the World Cup, they didn't get into the main round. In fact, they unfortunately had to go down and play the Challenger Trophy. This goes inside the circle.
So Lily Owsley, who we were talking about, is back in. Interestingly, is a huge fan of Argentinian football and plays her hockey in Argentina. for Club Atletico Banco. She's been there a couple of seasons now, and the flan of Club Atletico Platense, a very traditional Argentinian hockey club. I remember, and the hockey world would remember, Nishad, how she burst onto the scene a decade ago. 2015, she was the Global FIH Rising Star Award winner. Since then, she's just gone from strength to strength. Here she is, Lily Owsley, looking to combine with Lottie Bingham. This is a very good move by England, and it results in a penalty corner. Great work.
Great work. It's in fact the tried and tested established player alongside an up-and-coming youngster who have really combined to create that opportunity. Lottie Bingham passing it across towards Lily Owsley. Lily Owsley then finding Rhea, and ultimately Rhea getting it onto the foot. We're talking about Lily Owsley a decade ago being awarded the Rising Star. Lottie Bingham could be a contender soon if she continues to put in those performances.
Completely agree with you. Absolutely could be. Penalty corner for England. See who they go to. Walker it is. It's straight at the keeper. Left glove, got the save, and it's another penalty corner for England.
Just the way that Soyon saved that one, it was almost like a traffic cop telling a car to stop. Let's have a look at that. Didn't have to move a lot, and there we go. You're stopped right there. Don't move forward. And then the ultimate backhander, which eventually, yes, it won them the penalty corner.
On to Walker again. They've tried the bunt, and Emma Calderon was right there, perfectly positioned to give England a retake. Korean penalty corner defense here. The applause comes from the coach. It's standing tall at the moment. Anna Tormin. England have a chance. Anna Tormin shifts it to the backhand. But Korea defended this admirably. They really have.
Yes, Korea showing that spunk and spirit with that defensive maneuver, and ultimately they get that free out. It has been gritty from the Koreans, really.
There it is. Very good first running that was from Choi Ji-yoon. Look at the press coming in from Korea in midfield, but very well done by Fiona Crackles, I think it was. Under pressure. Down the right, England now with Sophie Hamilton.
Sophie Hamilton, the playmaker in the midfield, the live wire, just been dispossessed for the moment. But a lot better from Korea in this quarter as well, in just terms of showing the energy, but yet to mount the attack that will actually cause England some issues.
Yeah, it was Katie Curtis under pressure in midfield who was able to keep possession. The player we were referring to earlier on did very well. Three Korean players were there with her. Lottie Bingham has picked this up. This could be danger for Korea. It's a circle entry.
A circle entry hit towards, saved by Soyeon. Cleared away. So Korea showing that grit in defense, and Soyeon is also playing her part as a goalkeeper.
So far, they've kept England at bay. No field goals conceded by Korea. The only one that they did concede was penalty stroke. Here's a chance. They've forced a save from Miriam Pritchard. Kim Seona again, the most dangerous Korean forward.
Yes, Kim Seona had scored a goal yesterday against Austria. It was a tantalizing finish, really. And today she's already had a couple of opportunities. This was a third. Let's have a look at what happened there, Siddharth.
Yeah, carried the ball forward very well, and it was a full-blooded shot at Miriam Pritchard, who's having another strong game here. Miriam Pritchard. Here's a chance for England. There's so much space here for Helena Rhea to work with. It's resulted in a penalty corner.
For the team, England.
Well, another penalty corner now for England. They've of course been good by putting the pressure, but Korea once again will be tested. They've already thwarted a couple of penalty corners already, but Soyeon in the firing line yet again. Looks like Grace Balsden is on the field, so she should be the first choice to take this attempt.
They're both ready, Balsden and Manton. Gone to Grace. Balsden goes for the flick. This is a goal. It's the injector who's got the goal.
And that's the goal for the team.
Just like it happened yesterday, Grace Balsden had fired one in. Yesterday, in fact, it had come off the woodwork, and then ultimately Neil was in perfect position, just like yesterday. Although there seemed to be more bodies in the way when compared to yesterday's goal against Italy, and yes, that's the finish that England were looking for.
Lee Housley just got a touch which made it even more difficult right here. There you go. And that is why Lee Seo-yeon
Second goal for the team, England.
could not make a clean save, and once it fell to Elizabeth Neal, she was going to make no mistakes. Double the lead here, England.
And this is her second goal in the tournament. Yesterday as well, she had found herself in a perfect position against Italy to finish that one. Can see Darcy Bourne in the stands. She was a part of the starting lineup today, but looks like she won't play any further part in this contest.
She's got a massive ice pack on her foot. We just hope it's a precaution and not a serious injury, because a very important player for this team, Darcy Bourne.
And yes, not just for now, but also moving forward. There's David Ralph just having a look at the proceedings, different vantage point as well. Here's a possible chance. Hunt on the prowl. Long corner. Into the circle now. Cleared away.
Yeah, good penetration provided by Elizabeth Neal. Here they go again, England. They have a chance. And yeah, was stopped not cleanly was Holly Hunt. Another penalty corner for England.
This quarter started with Korea showing a lot more character in defense, but at the moment, with the sustained pressure, there seem to be a few cracks that are widening from a Korean perspective.
Grace Balsden is there. Will they go to her again? Domin is on the first battery. Sophie Hamilton and Fiona Crackles will be the halters. Yeah, they've gone to Balsden, goes for the flick, goes for the variation. It was Holly Hunt at the far post who was looking to get the final touch in, unable to do so.
Yes, Holly Hunt, yeah, she got the touch in, but it's gone out. May have even come off her foot, actually. Also, one of the things for England is that there's no Tessa Howard, which is, of course, a big blow in her absence. Others have to step up, one of them being Anna Torman, of course.
Late whistle. That's come. Kim Seona needs better supply. Kim Seona. I have to say I'm very impressed by the physical standards that we have seen from this English team. They look like a very fit team. Yesterday they had the first game, Nishad, which is the game with the hottest temperature, undoubtedly so. And they've come out here against a gritty Korea, full of running, good intensity. So good to see.
Oh, absolutely. We had a word with the coach, David Ralph, yesterday, and just asked him about if they came a few days earlier, how they acclimatized to the weather. He's like, well, we are English. Oh, that's a good run. Will Rhea get there? No, the ball was just a little bit too quick.
But that is the work rate that we were talking about. Excellent by Rhea. Worked so hard to get there.
And England are actually coming off a campaign in the Pro League in China, in the northern part of the country, where, of course, the temperatures are nowhere near this. Then when they headed home for their camp, they trained for a few days. Conditions in Britain now, we all know what it's like in February, March. So from there to travel all the way, come to Hyderabad, in the middle of the Deccan with soaring temperatures, never easy, but full credit to them, as you said.
Yeah, seeing them, you wouldn't know. Peel goes wide. Still looking for a lot of structure here. Grace Balston goes for the aerial. Korea can start.
Korea just haven't held on to the ball for very long in this particular quarter. There's Neil getting a second goal of the competition today. Thompson.
He's had a good game, Amy Thompson. Down the line, Lily Owsley. This is the danger. Oh, that's deliberately played over the back line. Undoubtedly so. Penalty corner for England.
Yes, and Lily Owsley was up appealing. It was very clear that it was deliberately played behind the back line. You can't do that. Let's have a look at that deliberate play. By the looks of things, it seems to be Kim Jung-joo. So here's another chance for England, Siddharth, and interesting to see who will walk up to take that challenge. And we can see Grace Balston, she's ready, maybe in search of her third goal in this competition. And you've got Walker on the second battery and Balston on the first, so a switch of sorts.
Not the best injection. Sophie Hamilton goes straight for the hit. And raised dangerously. So Holly Hunt will recycle it for England. Let's have a look at that again. Did not give a lot of option to Sophie Hamilton there. She had to go for the hit because of that faulty injection.
Now trying from the right yet again.
Yeah, good decision, guys. Good decision.
The right attacks, which we would like to call as Lily Owsley territory. Balston straight to Neil. Neil gets into the circle. She's been stopped, but she wins a penalty corner. In fact, it wasn't Neil, I beg your pardon. It was Flora Peel.
She's had a solid game in midfield, Flora Peel. Have a look at this run again. And yeah, it's a correct decision. It is a high ball within the circle. So it will be a penalty corner to England. They need a good injection here. The last one let them down a little bit. Grace Balston, first battery. Lily Walker on the second. They need this to be perfect. Becky Manton with the injection. Grace Balston goes for it. She's got the goal this time.
And that's a goal for Team England!
Such a big day for her, Nishad, and it is always great to score on a day where you've achieved a milestone.
Absolutely, it's a 100th appearance for England. And she's right on the money, building up on the goals that she scored yesterday. No deflection from any of her teammates. In fact, it comes off the defender, the last defender. Kim Jungju was the player. It's gone off Jungju's stick and into the goal, but of course it will be Grace Balston name all over it.
And England 3. Hyderabad, show some energy!
In complete control now, England. This is something that they've been looking for. A goal from a penalty corner. It's finally come for them. Grace Balston, of course, with that also becomes the top scorer so far in the World Cup qualifiers here in Hyderabad.
And Grace Balston was, of course, a part of the Great Britain unit that won the bronze medal at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. And has also been a Commonwealth Games medalist with England. Many appearances for Britain as well. Over 60 appearances for Britain. In fact, the core of the Great Britain unit is generally the English players. Like, for example, yesterday in the team that Wales had fielded, only one player had played for Great Britain, but Scotland had 5 or 6 players who have played for Great Britain.
Scotland, of course, are playing India in the last match today. It's the end of the third quarter then, and it's a quarter that has belonged to England.
And England 3.
Absolutely, it's a quarter that has truly belonged to them, and they had gone into the halftime with a 1-0 lead, but they've come up in the third quarter, stolen 2 goals to go 3-0 up against Korea.
It's a tall order now for Korea to come back into this match. The penalty corner for England, it has gone entirely their way. Seen some very enterprising play in this third quarter by the English players. This was the second goal. Elizabeth Neal gets her second of the tournament. Lily Owsley got a touch, due to which Lee Seo-yeon could not keep that out. And then Grace Balston with another attempt. Gets the third for England, Grace Balston. And that just puts England in complete control.
Yes, in a commanding position now, England, and the possession statistics have only gotten better for them as this match has progressed. 56% in their favor, and circle entries 20 for England vis-a-vis 7 for Korea. Remember, Siddharth, Korea had 5 circle penetrations at halftime. They've only been able to record 2 in the last 15 minutes.
The supply has almost completely dried up for the Korean forwards. After this, of course, we have 2 more games for you. Uruguay versus Wales, and then the big one, Scotland versus India. 7:30 p.m. Onwards.
Yes, the evening game is going to be very interesting with Scotland taking on India. Scotland now ranked 16th by the latest update, and they have had a good year 2025. But let's get back to this match with the last quarter coming up. And Korea, they've got their work cut out, but it's a mountain to climb as well with only 15 minutes remaining. What it also does is that if Korea go on to lose without them scoring any goals, that is, and if the margin remains the same in terms of the goal difference, then they will go below Italy in the points table.
Last league match day, we will start with England taking on Austria, and after that it could be a big one. Italy versus Korea could be the decider as to who goes through from that pool. Miriam Pritchard will keep her position under the bar for this final quarter of this game.
Final quarter gets underway. Korea immediately with that aerial ball trying to send it forward as Park Sung-gae was in pursuit of the ball, but it was way off target and way outside her range really. She's trying to move forward, Lee Ju-yeon. That's been passed to Korea's most experienced player. They pass it back to Lee Yuri. Cho Hae-jin was the one.
Need more circle entries here, Korea. They've simply not been able to get the ball into the English circle enough number of times to force errors or mistakes from the English defenders. Truth be told, Anna Tormin, Lily Walker and the other English defenders, Thompson, have been quite comfortable through this game.
Lee Yuri, the player of the match yesterday, but hasn't gone her way today with her team facing a 3-0 deficit. Lee Yuri sends that into the circle. That's been intercepted very well. Now England on the counter. Do they have the players forward? It's Taylor. Martha Taylor passes it back. That's gone forward now from the right. This is where England have been good, from the right, but still have the ball there.
Impressive, however, Korea have come back and defended in numbers. They did commit players, but were back in a flash.
A second time that Korea have really tried that aerial ball in order to send it across to the English half. Now from the left. Stopped there by the Korean defense. Captain Lee Yuri.
This is where they need to be faster for me. They need to be a little more direct. They've got 3 goals to chase down Korea. And the build-up for me is it's too slow from them at the moment.
Well, they've ticked most of the boxes today, England. with the way they have performed.
He's been the standout performer for me. Captain on the day, Flora Peel. Really excellent. Control the midfield perfectly. Here she is on the ball again, Flora Peel. Hardly made an error, and the way she's combined with Sophie Hamilton in midfield has been one of the main reasons why England have performed the way they have.
Yes, you can pick so many players who have put in the hard yards and have really delivered for England today. Sophie Hamilton being one, Lily Owsley, Flora Peel, as you mentioned. There's also the contribution initially from Becky Manton with a few runs moving the ball ahead. Unfortunately, Darcy Bourne sitting out with an injury.
Will be a long corner. Just looking to see this game out now, manage the time that remains. England. Flora Peel will start.
In a match like this where you've already taken a 3-0 lead, Siddharth, would you sort of maybe just get the intensity a little bit down in this fourth quarter?
Depends where you are in the tournament. But for a match like this where you feel that you've done enough to win this game, definitely you would want to take it easy a little bit. And by that I don't mean that you relax, but by that I mean you change things up. We'll just come back to that as Korea looking to force an attack of their own. Asking for a penalty corner. Don't have one. Could as yet have one, and they do. Still a chance here if they score this, Korea.
Yes, it's Cho Hye-jin. There seems to be a referral. Will they go for it? Captain's walked up
You are
to
two,
the
that's one too
umpire.
many. Okay, let's go.
Doesn't look like it. They are going to go. The pass came in towards Cho Hye-jin. And yes, she had 3 players converging.
All the Korea fans and supporters, say with me, we want goal! We want! We want! We want!
So here we are then. Park Sung-ye is on the first battery, but they've gone to Choi Ji-yoon. Oh, they've gone to the injector, but Miriam Pritchard read that perfectly. What are we checking here?
Okay. Pauline,
Yes, Michael?
this is my referral. Can you please look at the situation and so for some serious misconduct on near the stroke point?
Yes, I will look at the whole situation and
Wow,
serious
we're looking at
misconduct.
serious misconduct here. Did something happen around the stroke point with a Korean and an English player right there?
Yes, it was the Korean captain who was brought down. That is the question. And the player seems to be Elizabeth Neal, actually, who's barged into her. Let's have a look at another angle here.
Liu Reed was along with Elizabeth Neal. And feels as if it's just a natural coming together and nothing more. I don't think we're going to get anything here. Better angle. Can't see a lot there.
Michael?
Yes.
There is no clear misconduct, but you can go for a free out for the obstruction. But there is no intention and a clear misconduct for me.
Pauline, I think I need to stay with my original decision because on a serious misconduct you cannot overthrow me. So I'm going to go for a long corner, but
Yes.
there is no serious
Yeah,
misconduct.
indeed. Sorry, ball was
And you keep
outside.
your referral.
Yeah,
It was mine anyway.
was,
Okay?
yeah.
We go for a long corner.
That's a long corner, but this opportunity is gone. And once again, Korea trying a variation with the penalty corner. That's something that we discussed yesterday as well.
That's also their favorite variation. That's a very, very hard tackle. Mantin is saying there was nothing wrong with that, but for Hema Calderon, it was just too strong. Using her right shoulder there. Mantin.
We have a bit of a stoppage as one of the players is down. England are, of course, now down to 10 players.
Mantin thought she's won it cleanly. Wasn't to be. That's just hit the captain Flora Peel on her knee. She's gone out for a break.
There's Becky Manton. Due to a hard tackle, she's got to spend a couple of minutes on the bench. Stolen away, is it? No, Martha Taylor did try, but Korea have kept the ball.
At least a goal is what Korea would want here, but yeah, no mistakes so far by Miriam Pritchard. That's a penalty corner, and some of the tackles coming in here from England. This time it was Martha Taylor. You have to say are rather unnecessary for a team that's leading by 3 goals.
Possibly a bit of impatience, just want to get over and done with it. Sometimes that can lead you to rush. This was that save by Miriam Pritchard. She had one of the Korean players, which was Park Sung-gae, very close to her. And this was the tackle due to which the penalty corner was conceded by England. Now, Siddharth, are you looking for a variation, or is the conventional path a variation for Korea? That's the question.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get a variation here. Choi, oh, that's not the best halt. Still alive for Korea though. What a charge this is, what a save by Miriam Pritchard. And it will be another penalty corner. But Miriam Pritchard made sure that when the ball came to the far post, it did not go through. Just have a look at this. This should have been a goal, but made herself really big there, Miriam Pritchard. Excellent goalkeeping.
This time, the first battery, it's hit onto the first rusher and it's raised dangerously. That's got to hurt. Fiona Crackles bearing the brunt of that shot.
She did indeed, undoubtedly. So that's been raised. Ready to play and ready to continue. So that's always good. Hannah Torman. Good penetration there, Lily Owsley. Excellent work.
Korea have, in fact, now held on to the ball a lot more in this quarter. Created a couple of chances. They won a couple of penalty corners, but not able to convert those. While it may be better, still not good enough to get them across the line, since they conceded the advantage to England, particularly during that third quarter where England got 2 goals and in search of another, their 4th overall.
Rhea it was. Another good run by her. Lily Walker lets it on to Anna Thurman. No hurry here, England. Why should there be?
Just been asked to take that again there, Lily Owsley. Coming in from the right into the circle. This could be a chance. Soyeon has come forward and saved once again.
The anticipation there by Lee Seo-yeon was brilliant, you have to say. No error whatsoever. Absolutely perfectly done. Korea now are looking to launch an attack of their own. Haven't been able to do that too many times, Korea. Sick obstruction has gone against them.
Just trying to take it forward. Manchin. Oh, that's a good pass. They're into the circle. Did try to hit it towards the goal there. It was Elena Rhea.
Looking to change their goalkeeper here, Korea. We are under 5 minutes left on the clock.
That just goes out, and it looks like Korea are making that change. Kim Ji-won is coming on as the goalkeeper in place of Lee So-yeon. So just getting 4 minutes. Lee So-yeon, although 3 goals have gone past her, she hasn't done too badly. On a few occasions she's shown good awareness, good anticipation as well.
Just over 4 minutes to go then, and England can almost be certain about it that they are headed towards their 2nd win of the tournament. Been a hard day for Lee Seo-yeon and the rest of the Korean team. England haven't made it easy for them. Definitely the more superior team. Got goals at regular intervals, England. Lily Walker, Elizabeth Neal and Grace Balston. Sophie Hamilton. Won the ball back, Sophie Hamilton, and has won the foul. That is not good work. It's going to result in a penalty corner. The whistle had long gone. There you go. Just explain this to our viewers. The foul had gone here. The whistle had gone, and England were not allowed to take that free hit. Rather unnecessary. Grace Paulson and Anna Toman. Grace Paulson. Korea looking to start quickly. At least get a goal. Will play their last match against Austria. England, they could finish their pool phase with 3 wins out of 3. And that is a real possibility. Austria have not had the best tournament so far. They've lost 2 out of 2. Circle entry for Korea then. They create something here. Miriam Pritchard has been excellent in goal for England. Hasn't put a foot wrong in this game, Miriam Pritchard. Been organizing her defense relentlessly. Heading towards a clean sheet here, England, and a lot of the credit must go to Miriam Pritchard in goal. Just over a minute then. It's rolled over the baseline, and just like that you do feel that Korea are headed for their first loss of this tournament. Can still make it through, of course. They have beaten Austria, and I'm sure that match with Italy, that high stakes match with Italy, where Italy and Korea will have a win each, will decide who goes through along with England. The hooter has gone. It is back-to-back wins for England. This one was particularly impressive. Just did not feel at any point of time that the result was ever in doubt. England, first quarter to the last, first minute to the last, the better team, the superior team. That's reflected in the scoreline. At full time, it is England 3, Korea 0. Been a powerful display by England. You just have a look at the highlights. The players were full of running. Showed a lot of enterprise. Korea did craft a few chances of their own. But were unable to really put the English defense under a lot of stress and pressure. This is how it all started to unravel for Korea. Lily Walker with that goal. This has to be the biggest opportunity that Korea had in this match, but look at that for a save by Miriam Pritchard. And look at the frustration for Kim Yong-soo. Two goals in the tournament for Elizabeth Neal.
And that's the goal for the
And finally, on her milestone day, Grace Balston gets the third goal. Those are the statistics from the game today. Look at the difference in the circle penetrations. 25 circle entries for England. %56% possession and plenty of penalty corners as well. The dominant all-round display by England. And they deserve the win today. Post-match presentation is ready, and let's head down to Nishant, who has it all going there.
It was quite a statement there by England, registering a convincing victory over Korea at the FIH Hockey World Cup 2026 qualifiers, Hyderabad, Telangana. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the post-match presentation ceremony of the match between England and Korea. At the very outset, the International Hockey Federation and Hockey India would like to take this opportunity to thank all their partners, the host partners, the Government of Telangana and the Sports Authority of Telangana, the global leadership partner, Hero MotoCorp, the global partners, Odisha, JSW, Nike and Watchdot Hockey. Official partners, Odisha. Global supplier, Polytan. Official suppliers, Bisleri, Apollo Hospital and Adoptries. We thank you for your support as always. Joining us for the post-match presentation to present the Government of Telangana Player of the Match Award is Mr. K. Srinivas, Executive Engineer, Sports Authority of Telangana. Well, it was a convincing performance by England, and the award for the player of the match is the England captain for the day who led from the front, Flora Peel. She will come up to collect the Government of Telangana Player of the Match Award from Mr. K. Srinivas. Thank you so much. It was a great performance, and that's it from the post-match presentation.
Let's have a look then at the points table. This is how it stands. England, perfect record, 2 wins out of 2. 6 points for them. Italy recorded their first win. And on the final day, which is the 11th, the final day of the pool matches, it will finally come down to Italy versus Korea, to see that who will go through. England have booked their ticket to the semi-finals. Barring a miracle, Austria, you can't see them go through. We'll head over to Nishad again for a special ceremony.
we have a special felicitation today as Grace Balsden has completed 100 caps for England today and celebrated it with a goal. Firstly, I would like to welcome Shri Bholanath Singh, the Secretary General of Hockey India and Vice President of the Asian Hockey Federation. We thank you for being here, sir. And now I would like to request and invite Grace Balsden to walk up to collect the special memento on the occasion of completing 100 caps for England. She's been a true sentinel and a stalwart for England hockey and celebrated this milestone with a goal today. Congratulations, Grace. Thank you to Mr. Shri Bholanath Singh, and that's it from the presentation here.
Thank you, Nishad. Let's have a look at the results and schedule. Italy did their job against Austria. The same scoreline in the second game. England beat Korea. 2 games to go. Uruguay versus Wales coming up. And finally, Scotland versus India at 7:30 p.m. So stay with us as action continues from the FIH Hockey World Cup qualifiers.